We're at the scene of a pretty large crime scene here. We're right next to two evidence markers, but just to give you an idea of how large of a scene we're talking, the bulk of the evidence markers that at least we can see are off to the side a little bit further. This petition is actually at 18,000 signatures and counting. We have FWC crews who got here maybe 20 minutes ago, and we can see they're lining up in the water, getting their game plan underway. Past half hour, things have really been picking up. The wind here, you can see it, you can probably hear it through the microphone. We can certainly feel it, and the rain is just pelting us. The good news, though, is I'm told that the fire here is mostly contained, and that's what we're seeing, too. The cleanup crew has arrived at this gentleman's home to figure out next step. Oh, my Lord. I don't know if you could hear that, but part of the roof, or what was left of the roof, we should say, something else just caved in. The payout here is all virtual. No real balloons to throw at here means no need for cleanup, no need for an attendant.
You could be a body double for Wonder Woman. I mean, instead of a lasso, you've got a microphone there on your outfit.
Good morning. I've got these guns too.
Yeah.
They aren't that big though. They're not as big as the economic impact we're going to be seeing here. The governor has already indicated his support for stricter abortion rules, so he's expected to sign this bill, which came to the Florida legislative session amid the passage of several other GOP-led abortion bills in states like Texas, leaving activists and everyday people impassioned on all sides. Every day, Wanda Brewer Ickes walks around her neighborhood. It's a time to clear her head, be thankful for what she has. Today, what's on her mind is Florida's abortion bill.
Such a highly emotionally charged issue on so many levels.
It's personal for Wanda, like it is for so many. Growing up, she survived 16 years of child abuse. She survived being raped. The abortion bill state legislators passed bans most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy without any exceptions for rape or incest. Wanda says if she was in that situation, it'd be deadly.
To have to carry that abuser, that rapist child, there's no way I would have kept on living. I know that without a doubt.
For Michelle Herzog, abortion is never the answer. She leads Pro-Life Action Ministries of Central Florida. This is where you can find her several days a week, outside clinics that do abortions.
In my 20s, I did this. I was one of those women that walked through the door. And when I went there, I did not want the abortion, but I was not strong enough to say no to my boyfriend. Jesus loves the little children.
That's what brings Michelle out here day after day. She says she wants to be the person she didn't have then.
We've got to protect all life, from the moment of fertilization to natural death. We are all human beings.
Michelle feels the abortion bill doesn't go far enough. Wanda feels the exact opposite.
No one's talking about the right of the woman. Talk about, well, is it meant to be because you're pregnant? That's science.
Now, there are exceptions to the bill's 15-week ban if there's serious risk to the pregnant person or a deadly fetal abnormality. Now, whether or not this becomes state law, at this point, it's in the governor's hands. We're at the scene of a pretty large crime scene here. We're right next to two evidence markers, but just to give you an idea of how large of a scene we're talking, the bulk of the evidence markers that at least we can see are off to the side a little bit further. That's where I counted more than a dozen of them, and we can also see trash strewn about, tables overturned. We're told the shooting happened here some 12 hours ago, around 8 last night, during an annual Father's Day event. Several shots rang out, hitting multiple people, ultimately killing one of them. Again, authorities do have a suspect in custody this morning, and they say they will be releasing more details later on this morning, so stay with us for the very latest on this developing story. Reporting live in Sumter County, Rebecca Turco, Spectrum News 13. Jerry, I want to introduce you to Capucine Carson. She was a mother trying to make a better life for herself and for her kids, but that life was taken from her.
She was a beautiful spirit, a beautiful person, and she impacted a lot of lives.
Capucine Carson was a daughter, a sister, a mother.
Her heart was pure, and she just wanted to belong.
But underneath it all, a struggle. Family members say her husband had a history of abuse.
I didn't know. I just had no idea.
That violence hidden from others, like her cousin, Sophronia Smith, and the abuse ultimately cost her life last month. Orange County Sheriff's deputies say Capucine's husband shot her repeatedly, killing her. He's also accused of shooting her 3-year-old daughter, Kimbella. She's now out of the hospital recovering.
I just could not believe when I got the call. You know, I said, quit lying to me.
Numbers from FDLE show last year there were nearly 200 domestic violence murders in Florida and nearly 107,000 domestic violence cases overall. Sophronia hopes people living through this trauma seek help to get out.
It's not that easy to get out. If you have a free way to get out, go. I mean, run and don't look back. But if you don't have a free way to go, then you need to seek some kind of help in secret before something like this happens.
Harbor House of Central Florida offers help for people experiencing abuse. They have a 24/7 emergency hotline. That number is 407-886-2856, and you can also text that number to reach an advocate. Reporting live in the studio, Rebecca Turco, Spectrum News 13.